You guys can do this. I know you're gonna get your aerial today. If you clicked on this video, it's because you were really close to learning your aerial, or maybe you haven't started yet, but you want to learn it. And you guys, I'm going to fill this video with as much value and advice as I possibly can, because I really want you to get your aerial. This is actually a requested video. I looked at all of the other aerial tutorial videos on YouTube, and some are great, but I feel like a lot of like concept is missing, especially the mental side is not in any of these videos that I found on YouTube. And that's why I decided, yes, I have to make this video, and I really want you guys to get this. I know you can. You've got to want it. Listen to each piece of advice that I give throughout this video, because you might hear one thing that just clicks and gets you there. And if you do get your aerial after watching this video, make sure to share it in the comments. Send me a video on Instagram. I can't wait to see you guys' aerials. I believe in you guys. Let's get to it. In next week's video, by the way, I'm gonna be trying an aerial going perpendicular to the beam. Yeah, like this way on the beam. So if you don't wanna miss out on that vlog, make sure you subscribe to Sophia Gymnastics. Okay, so there are gonna be two types of people watching this video. The first type, I've been falling, and I've been trying my aerial, but I can't land it. That means you just haven't understood the technique enough yet, or maybe you need to better your strength and flexibility. Second type person, you know who you are. Julia, that's me. My sister says that's me.
I could never be a gymnast.
Oh, yes, she could. There is such a mental part to this. If you're one of the ones who knows how to do an aerial, but you're not doing it here yet, we're gonna get to that towards the end of this video. Don't leave before the mental part, because especially for you, I'm really good at the mental things, because guess what? I was a mental queen growing up. So I can definitely give you value in that area. Let's start with the technique. First things first, I see so much of the Superwoman attempts, the Superman attempts. That means we're forgetting what a side aerial is. Cartwheel is a wheel, it's a circle, and that means my head needs to make a circle to then rise. And I see all of this aerial. We need to invert our bodies. So how do we do that? So there are three actions that I'd say are most important when completing your side aerial. Number one is gonna be your push. So we don't need a tiny little lunge. We need a deep lunge so that you can push, get a big push. If you don't have a good push, I'm gonna show you 3 exercises you can do to getting more muscle here so that you can push off better. And I'm not talking about this strength bodybuilder. In gymnastics, speed creates power. We don't need a slow push, we need a fast push, because that's gonna give us more power to do our aerial. First drill, conditioning, I know, don't hate me, are gonna be lunge jumps. Pushing through our feet, through our legs, working on this strength to push, push. Second one that I think is important and can improve that even more are lunge jumps, but up onto something. Here's why. When you're going up onto something, you need to make sure that if you're gonna stay up on top of it, your knee needs to be over your foot. Now we're gonna get more into that deeper into this video, but if my knee is behind my foot, watch what happens when I jump. I go back. When I do an aerial, am I trying to go forward or backward? You know the answer. So, I just like this because it helps us regulate where my weight is over my foot and understand more of the direction I need to be pushing, which is forward. So I push forward. I think Julia's gonna learn an aerial by the end of this.
I'm learning a lot.
Soccer player learns an aerial in one day.
That's the next video.
That would be insane. Comment below if you want that one. Okay, third drill that I recommend is just a high jump onto a block, because it reiterates that quickness I need to have, and it's always good for building muscle and jumping higher. So, if I do a slow motion jump onto this high block, I'm never gonna make it up. I need to be quick, okay? So it's helping build, I think, that quick twitch. And not only jumping up, but then standing up, because that's your aerial, is the stand up top. Strength and flexibility, I said, right? So oversplits are not enough. Yes, they're gonna help you, both with the front leg up and your bad leg up, but from behind, because that's the leg that we're gonna be kicking. So it needs to be flexy, okay?
No. Sorry. It's just really funny.
Usually, the other gymnasts will understand, okay?
Wait, really? Is that like a thing?
Well, when you walk with Fairbairn, it feels kind of awkward. So what we have to work on is our back kick. That power that we're gonna get from our aerial is coming from not only this leg, but onto our second action point, which is our kick. We wanna do the back kicks with our chest that goes down because we're doing an inversion skill, right? So we're pulling down with the chest and up with the back leg, okay? Trying to get it as high as we can with the straight leg, because bent leg loses strength and power. Straight leg as high as you can, trying to make it better and better every day. Third action, and potentially, well, they're all important, but this one's really important. I see a lot of this, and not enough of this. So arms are gonna be so important. When your arms are working with your foot, that's what's gonna create your inversion. Your arms should be at their highest point, pulling back. At the same time, your needle kick, your foot in the back, is at its highest point. And together, they're gonna pull you over. It's like magic.
You just start flying.
You can try this by starting your lunge, and you're gonna go bend with your arms already down, because now they need to match, and go up with your kick. You can also take it a step back, try it from here. Round chest, and we're gonna go down and pull. Okay, here's where what I was talking about earlier, your knee and your weight over your foot comes into play. You can try this and play with it so that you feel your own body and your own body weight and where it's going, okay? We need direction, we need forward direction. So, if I stand up from this with weight behind my foot, I'm obviously gonna fall back. It's gonna be hard to do an aerial if you're going backward. If you move your body weight and pull this knee over the foot as you stand up, you're gonna go forward. Magic. Two more pieces of advice that have really helped me. I remember the first day I got my aerial, it was after my coach told me, think about it as a race. Your bad leg is trying to get from here to there as fast as it can. And those were like the last words before I got my first aerial. So try that, try thinking about it that way. And other piece of advice that I really like is connected to the Superman idea. Think about your head as you go down. It needs to go down and stay down as your body flips over. And then when your foot comes in, that's when it comes up. Head goes down and it stays right there. And you flip over it. Just kidding. Important, you're gonna see that I actually learned a different arm technique as a kid, and I've always kept that habit, which is not going straight forward, but I learned this technique. I don't know why, ask my coaches, but I still bring my arms up at the same time as my foot, and that's really the most important thing here. My mental queens and kings. This part's for you. So, anytime we want to learn something new, there's a process. And the process is not pretty. If you want to go check out some of my other vlog videos, you'll see just how ugly the process is when learning a new skill. It is not, I think I know the technique and theory of a backflip, so I'm gonna do it perfectly now. It's really not how it works. In anything, not just gymnastics. You're probably gonna fall about 100 times, potentially face plant 50 of those times before you, all of a sudden, 101 tries, you land on your feet. But you get there by trying, knowing that you're gonna fall, okay? Important. When attempting any, especially new skill in gymnastics, make sure you have mats, guys. Mats, protection, go into the pit. Go in a place where you feel safe to crash. Because it's crash course, okay? Part of learning is falling. So you're gonna fall a bunch of times, and we need to get that in our heads that it is not, I'm gonna try this when it's gonna be perfect, because that's not how it's gonna happen, and you're never gonna get there. You have to just start going for it, knowing that I'm gonna fall 100 times, maybe 101, I'll land it, but I'm not gonna know unless I start trying and falling. Again, prep your surroundings so that when you fall, you don't get hurt. That's why beautiful people have created mats. That's why they're created, to protect us as we go through this trial and error process. Going into the pit in a place where you can feel safe falling allows you to be able to get in that practice, the reps, to build the muscle memory of the new technique that you just learned. So me doing an aerial and putting my hands down is creating a habit for the wrong technique. I would much rather learn the right technique falling in a place where I can fall safely. Because that way I'm building the muscles and the habits that I need to do it correctly. Second thought to this, I talk about this a lot, our fire within. When you have more want and fire than fear, that is when you are going to decide to not put your hands down. You have to want it more than you fear it before you overcome that fear. Again, prep your surroundings so that you're safe and you feel like you can try it and you might not land, but you have to want it. And I know a lot of you watching this video want it enough to stay and stick around to the end of this. So now you gotta go bring that want to fruition and go for it. Tiger energy. Go for it. You can do it. Fire within. Don't miss out on next week's video, me trying an aerial perpendicular to the beam. So everything we talked about of going forward, just breaking that all apart, throwing it out the window, because I'm gonna have to stay in one place to manage this.
Why do you do this to yourself?
XOXO, see you in the next video. May the fire be within you. I want to see your aerials. Tag me on Instagram. Bye. Okay, Julia.
Am I up for the test? I've been dying.
Listening?
I've been dying for my moment. Okay, you can't laugh at me though. Okay, no mental block use. Wait, let me.
No mental block. Nice. Get that quick twitch. Nice.
Do you do a running start?
Oh, good question.
That's a good question, I guess.
I do not care for running into aerials because you think about running and you forget all of the down inversion technique. So when you learn an aerial, do it from standing. That's my opinion.
That's really hard.
Yeah.
Because now it's all the power in your legs.
Yeah. Heck, I can't.